Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. This is the baseline interview of my Sortition series, and it's with my brother-in-law, Lars Christiansen. Is that okay if we use your name?
Yeah.
Okay. There he is.
Hi.
So, Lars served on a jury, and the jury, that's in the judicial branch of government, is what we've been doing. We've been using sortition for centuries in the United States of America, so it's not an entirely new thing. But watch my other videos about how this ancient form of selection is being used today for other government duties. So, Lars, you served on a jury, is that right?
Yes.
So, how were you selected?
There was, I want to say there was upwards to 100 people in the room, in the courtroom. We all had a numbered chair, and then really went through a bunch of basic questions at first and really kind of sorted us out to closer to, I don't know, I'd say about 30 or 40 people. And then from there, from there, they got a little more specific with their questions, more specific to aspects of the case that was going to be going on, and slowly weeded other people out and got us down to just a handful of us, and then went through a bunch of other questions with each of the lawyers for both parties, and ended up with, I believe there's 12 of us at the end.
And how many were on the jury? There was it 12, or was that including the alternates?
I believe there was about 12. I want to say that there wasn't all 12 of us when we were actually in court. I want to say there was at least 8 or 10 of us.
Okay. And what were the demographics? Like, what kind of people were on the jury?
Well, there was a good, what's the term?
Mix.
A good mix between races.
Oh.
And then a handful of different, we all had a variety of work that we did, and I thought it was pretty collective that way.
How about age-wise? Was there?
There was I wouldn't say that there was a large age gap or large group, but there was a couple older than, quite a few years older than me, and then a handful younger. But I think the majority of us were in my same, within 10 years of me.
All right. Now, when you were functioning as a jury, was there a facilitator, or did you have did you choose a leader from amongst you? How did that work?
And you're talking when we went to deliberate.
Yeah, after the case was.
Yeah, because there was a couple of times in the middle of the case that we actually went into the room and we were able to chat a little, but not really deliberate. But we were asked to leave the courtroom together, and we went to our little room. But no, we actually selected someone from among us to be in charge of all that.
So when it was done, was justice served?
Yes, justice was served.
Okay. Do you think random selection is good for juries?
I think it definitely has a place. I mean, I'm not someone who's looked into a lot of different options, but I mean, I think the only downfall it might have is in the selecting the jury itself in the beginning, because there, to some degree, there might be some bias there depending on the two sides, the defendant and the
Prosecution.
prosecution. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think any other demographics should be specifically selected or watched out for when they're choosing? Like maybe like religion or location or education, political beliefs or something.
You know, in our when we were being selected in our case, it did not feel like they attacked certain things at all to a huge degree. So I don't really think so. I think I think it does a pretty good job, really, at finding people who will take both aspects of the prosecution and the defendant side and really deliberate that as we did in a thoughtful manner.
Very good. Do you think other public decision making could be accomplished through randomly selected groups of people?
I think so. I think on some ways it would give people opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily think, oh, I might enjoy this or not. Because I know that, as crazy as it sounds, this was the first time I had ever been called to possibly even be on a jury, and I got selected. It was
you lucky! I have been called, and I have never been chosen, so this makes me very mad.
Well, it was, it was a great experience. I'll say that.
Okay, great. Well, that's all I got today. Do you have anything else you want to say to everybody about jury service?
Just thank you, John. It's been fun.
Sure. All right. Until next time, long live the Republic.